Good morning. It's quite early at the moment, nice and cool. Just got a little bow today. I think it's a bit too much for Gracie. Just going on a nice 6-7k run. Nothing crazy. I run it about 640 kilometres an hour. I've got my big floppy hat on today. I thought I'd try something a little bit different. My next race is at 6:30 in the afternoon. And yesterday at 6:30 in the afternoon it was 39 degrees. So I'm just trying out a few little different strategies for keeping cool. I will be wearing my hydration vest, and I might wear this hat instead of a sort of a standard running cap, just keep a bit more sun off me. But the race is 3 weeks away, so no one knows what the weather's going to be like then. But let's practice for all eventualities. Back up this trail here. I love this little trail. Sadly it's not that long. It'd be nice if it went on 4 miles, but it's only about 600 metres long. Nice and shady. Quite pretty really. People here have got their bees set up. That's a good start, +3 anyway. So how long should your shoes last for? These Ockers I'm running in will go through 500 kilometres today. Currently sat about 497. I like to keep track of my shoes on Strava, and at the moment everything I'm running in is Hoka. And these are the Area 7s. I've just got some Area 8s. I think they've got now about 23 kilometres on them. I've got some Cliftons, I've got some Speed Goats. I use these shoes for tarmac, which we're now on, or light trails, dry trails, which will be turning on in a minute. They've worn okay. I think the trails take the toll a little bit with them. The inside back is broken down a little bit. The tread is coming off them, especially where I'm heel striking, which I'm trying to be mindful not to do. That's better, Bo, in it, we can go now. That's it, good girl. That's it, good girl. Come on then. Unleash the beast. So I'll carry on using these for probably another couple of 100 kilometres, I would think. I did once have a pair, in fact the first ever pair of Hockers I bought, which were Clifton 3s. I put 1600 kilometres on them. I really like them shoes. In fact I bought about 3 pairs and I use them for my Ironman races. I was probably a bit bought into the brand because Hocker at the time was sponsoring Ironman, but ever since I bought them Clifton 3s back in, I don't know, 2015, 16, that's all I've run in Hockers, so I really enjoy the brand. That's why I've got an Hocker shirt these days, so not that I'm affected by branding. Well, the hat feels okay. It doesn't feel any more sweatier than standard baseball cap. So far 1.36 kilometres and I'm running at 3:37 rolling pace. Heart rate of 139. Don't really want to go much higher than that today. It takes too long to recover. I'm actually going to be swimming this afternoon. It's the first time I've been swimming for a long time. You okay, Bobby? If I'm really lucky, on these trees here, some cherries, might be breakfast. There we go. That one, Bobby. Well, this is what I like about training for ultra and running. Just nice and steady, start, stop. Not bothered about my heart rate being in a certain zone for a certain length of time. Just go with the flow. It's all just a long day out anyway. So once this hot weather subsides, and it is forecast to do by Sunday, I can get back to some longer runs. Just been a bit careful this last few days. Class it as my recovery period whilst the real hot weather came past. So most of these Shamans trails are quite flat, but there's a little incline here, so I just left the camera on the top there just to get some ground footage, and at least it makes me run back to the camera and get an ill rep in. I found quite a nice part of the trail a few kilometres from here, which actually the three roads dip right into the valley. So I'm going to go back there one day and run it as an hill rep, kind of up one road, down to the bottom, up the next road, down to the bottom, up the third road, down to the bottom. Get some elevation in, because the race that I've got coming up in 3 weeks' time has got 300 metres of elevation over 14 kilometres. So I just need a little bit more elevation. Most of my 10k-ish runs around here seem to have somewhere between about 90 and 110 metres, so I do just need that little bit more. So we're currently sat at 3.8k, so I'll turn left at the end of this Shaman onto the next one. Another little hill there I just took in. 56 metres of elevation so far on this run. So the farmers are all out mowing, raking, baling the fields. I think they're slightly early this year. We had a lot of rain early doors, and then this baking hot weather for the last couple of weeks, so I think there might be a week ahead of the usual schedule of farmers with the haymaking. The old prairie down here. Oh yeah, we'll go back here though, because there's plenty of other places to run. Just gets in another little tiny hill. So, as I said earlier, the race I've entered is 14k, 300 metres of elevation gain. It's very local to here. It's called the Jazz, and for €18 you get a race, a 3-course meal, a glass of wine and a jazz concert, hence the name, the Jazz. How much of a bargain is that? Alright, Bodie, we're going home now. It's my first race since Outlaw X in 2019. It's a long time ago. It's my first race under French regulations. It's my second race in France. My first was Hungarian Vizsla in 2016. But there I raced under a British Triathlon Federation card. When you race anything in France, you need a medical certificate, You got to go and see your doctor, pay your GP €30 for a certificate to say you're fit to do the race. The certificate lasts for a year or two, I think. But since COVID, they seem to have moved it online. So you got to go online 3 months before a race, watch a couple of videos, answer some questions, and at the end of the process they print out a QR code which you need to enter the race or to collect your bib when you go to the race. Now we're going to go straight down the Bo. So I had to do that a couple of weeks ago when I entered the race, and then the weekend after that there is a local backyard ultra which I've not signed up for yet because I've got something else planned for that weekend, but I would really love to do that. Most of my little local runs here are 6.7k because I really like the idea of multiple laps. I used to do a multiple lap race years ago called Hell on the Humber, which was running backwards and forwards across the Humber Bridge. Really like that format. So yeah. But just going back to the French regulations and needing this doctor's certificate, that's why Park Run decided to withdraw from France, which is a real shame. I used to love Park Run. I used to do mostly Rother Valley and Sheffield every week before I moved out here. So yeah, it's a shame. I would love a local park run, and you get to meet people as well, which is fantastic, you know, as a newcomer, relative newcomer to a country. It's really nice to meet new people, certainly people who've got the similar interests. Nearly home, 6.37 kilometres. Oh, 7k by the time I get back then. I shall catch you on the next video.